Okay, we're back again today with another episode of Gold Rush the Game. This is Blue Collar Gaming and Content. In my last video, I set up for the Tier 2 mining. This video, we're actually going to put to work. Ultimate goal in this is to get up to at least a Tier 3 mining setup, which is quite a grind. What you are seeing right now is actually the important bits that I cut out of approximately 11 hours of gameplay. So, I hope you enjoy. Tier 2 is essentially the small excavator, mobile wash plant. The mobile water tank is optional. You can do it without it, but you are going to have to run multiple water pumps, multiple runs of hoses stretching to the nearest water source. It is just a lot more efficient to use the mobile water tank when you're doing this. A couple other items that I have set up here is the wavetable and the magnetite separator. The wavetable essentially is a electric gold pan, so you don't have to do the whole bucket panning thing, which takes ages and is not very much fun. You just dump pay dirt in it, it processes it. The magnetite separator is the first step. As soon as your bucket comes off the mobile wash plant, you will dump it into the magnetite separator, which will separate magnetite, which you will use to upgrade to smithy. Whether you want bigger burners so you can process more, there's a whole bunch of upgrades you can do to him to make him quicker and more efficient. You'll do your Tier 2 mining out in the main claim. Don't click off just yet. I do not focus on the digging very much, so just bear with me. It's only a couple minutes. As you can see, you will still find gold nuggets out here. Most of the time they're bigger. I have found nuggets out here in the main claim up to 12 ounces, which is quite a bit of money. Alright, you see the warning just popped up in the upper left corner of my screen. That is because I'm digging into the bedrock underneath the pay dirt. It says you're going to wear your teeth out fast. I have yet to wear a tooth out doing this, but it is a risk. If you have equipment breakdowns turn off, that will not be a problem whatsoever. I am playing with equipment breakdowns. As you'll see later in the video, whenever things start breaking, it is one after another. The hopper on the wash plant only holds so much pay dirt at a time. You're not going to outrun it with a small excavator. You get to the big excavator, then you can start to outrun the wash plant. Another thing, if you get a warning pops up, says you're losing your pay dirt, you should probably check to make sure that you have water in the tank or whatever you're powering it with as far as water and electricity. So if you get that message, you just need to see what it's lacking, whether it be electricity or water. Alright, here I am. We're about to empty out our first bucket on the mobile wash plant. You want to keep an eye on that as well, because you're just going to wash your gold out on the ground if that bucket's full. See the indicator that it is at 100%. I run 3-4 buckets when I'm doing this. At this point, I've dug and filled them all up. So we're going to start making some money. Okay, I also have the voltage and pressure system turned on. As you can see right here, I tried to run too much off the small generator. The small generator can run the wavetable and the magnetite separator without anything else running. So we're going to unplug and turn off. As you can see, it came back on, which means we're no longer overloading the generator. Now you will fill up your pay dirt bucket on the magnetite separator for every bucket you dump in. You will have to dump the gold bucket underneath the magnetite separator. You can fit more than one bucket in a hopper on the magnetite separator, but it will stop whenever your bucket underneath is full, and then it will resume processing as soon as you empty that bucket. As you can see, both these items here require water and electricity to run. As the wavetable processes your pay dirt, which you're going to see, it automatically puts the gold into your inventory. If you like what you're seeing, hit like, subscribe, leave comments below if you want to see me do anything different, or if you have ideas for future content that you would like to see. I am a brand new channel and I do wish to grow it. Thank you. Once you get your gold, take it to the smithy, which I did not show here. I'm going to buy some extra pieces and parts here. I'm also going to get the magnetite trailer and the mobile fuel tank. Once you get up to this, running this much equipment, the mobile fuel tank is worth its weight in gold unless you want to carry like 30 jerry cans around with you. Okay, if you get in a bind like I did right here, you just got to open the menu, the map, select the piece of equipment that is stuck, and restore it. Voila. Now you just got to track all the way back out to where you dig. Definitely make more money doing the tier 2 mining versus tier 1 mining. But you still don't make quite as much as you would at tier 3, 4, or 5 wash plants. Pay off my loan. Alright, we're going to buy the big diesel water pump here. Just because it is a lot faster to fill the mobile water tank with. You're going to need 2 huge water hoses for this. And there is no filter like there is for the small water pump. Or the big one. I don't know why. Big water pump will fill 4 times faster than the small water pump will. This is where I remembered I only bought 1 hose instead of 2. Pretty self-explanatory to hook up. Drag it over and drop it in the water. Alright, we're going to go retrieve another section of the story right here. It's right on the other side of this fence as you walk into the hog pan area. And we are back again. Still using the small excavator at this point in time. Later on in the video, I do upgrade to the big excavator. And we are full once again. Takes a very long time to fill up the magnetite bucket on this. Back to the smithy. We're going to go ahead and take out another loan here. And this is where I'm getting the big excavator. It can scoop approximately twice the capacity of the small excavator. I believe I also will be running the drilling machine here. Not quite yet. Alright, here I am moving the small excavator into the cell point so I can get some of my money back. I will not be using it anymore. Not that you can't use it to set up the tier 3, but the extra reach on the big excavator makes it a lot nicer for setting up tier 3. As you can see, you don't really get hardly any money whenever you sell them. This is where the breakdowns start occurring. As you can see, my wash plant jets are broken here. Each piece of breaks, there's a different tool that you have to select to detach it from the piece of equipment. Right here, this is the parts sensor. It tells you what the durability on your parts is. And this is me figuring out which tool I need to disconnect this. Climb up on here. I don't know if you could do it without climbing. I just felt it was easier to climb because I could actually look at where I was working. And you're going to unscrew the piece. And just grab a hold of it. Now, as you can see, I also got a busted wheel on the fuel tank. Yes, I'm buying the motor because I shot it with the parts sensor and it was at 42%. You're going to need a car jack for your tire changes. What you're about to see is slightly entertaining. FYI, unhook the trailer before doing a tire change on it. Then you gotta go through and unscrew every single lug. This section of my recording I am actually playing on Xbox instead of PC. And that is why you want to unhook the trailer. Everything in the back of the truck went flying. At this point, I'm still not sure where the fuel tank ended up. I do believe I lost 2 teeth somewhere that I never did recover. And there's a fuel tank, which I also once again have to go back into the map and restore it. And even a restore was a little bit buggy on it. Alright, now that we got the trailer back on its wheels, now we can finish changing our tire. Power back on, retighten the lugs. As you can see, you got an achievement for that. If you're playing with equipment breakdowns turned off, you will not have to deal with any of this. But what's the fun of that? Alrighty, we are buying our first piece of our Tier 3 wash plant at the moment. Now when you start setting the wash plant, you're going to need a selection of steel cables. Some of the pieces you need short cables, other ones you need long cables. So I just went through and bought 4 of each. The cables will break if you put too much strain on them, and they will slingshot to who knows where on the map. The pieces of the wash plant do not count as a piece of equipment on your parcel. Alright, this is where I actually I just rented a drilling rig. It's like $3,525 a day. It will count as a piece of equipment on your parcel, so make sure that you have upgraded to at least 2 slots, which I already have. Each slot you upgrade your claim to is $20,000. Unless you're playing on everything costs $1, and then, well, it's $1. And if you chose to do that, you're probably already setting up your Tier 3, 4, or even a 5 wash plant. Alright, your broken pieces you can sell and get a little bit of your money back out of them. Just chuck them in this dumpster. As you can see, it's a little buggy. For some reason, you cannot walk up the steps they have given to you. You gotta hop up them like the freaking Easter Bunny. Like I said, this game was never polished to what it could have been. But still fun. Alright, as you can see, while I was gone in town getting other pieces and parts, I had another breakdown on the generator. This gets taken off with a screwdriver, and the screws are on the back side of it, as you're about to see. They call it a cooler. It looks a lot like an air filter to me. And there's your mobile generator cooler. Alright, I'm also buying a big light plant here. Just because, as you can see, it is very, very dark out on the claim. Wash plan is repaired. Tighten it back up. Oh, you can see I got the Magnetite trailer sitting down there. I don't know if I covered buying that or not. Alright, we're about to start drilling. I said in my previous video, I believe, that not every section of a claim has the same amount of gold. Different sections have different densities of gold. As you can see, once you get on a drilling machine, it will turn your claim into a grid pattern. You could go through and drill every single square if you wanted to. That is totally your call. I kind of just hopscotch around and drill. Then I check the map every few holes to see if there is gold where I'm drilling, and then I try to find the outermost perimeter of that density section of gold. And there's the gold map. Now what I do after I drill and I figure out where I want to dig, I actually park the drilling rig kind of on the outer edge of the section of gold I want to mine, just because once you're in a different piece of equipment you cannot see the square grid anymore. Right here we're going to hook up. I work construction, so I know a little cheaty rigging. The game probably wants you to hook up all four. You do not have to. I do a lot of rigging and flying material, pieces and parts, etc. with my job, so I knew the opposite corner rigging will work just fine. Alright, as you can see, once you get up around the wash plant setup area where each individual piece will go, highlights, and it snaps in just like it did whenever you were setting up your hog pan setup. I had to swing around so that this bareboat hopper was actually facing the appropriate direction to lock in. Once it is in place, it will automatically disconnect from your hooks like that.